This video talks about 12 ways to write a book or methods for book writing. By the way, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all of you around the globe and those people who can subscribe, likes, and share my Offer Survey YouTube channel. And shout out for those people who likes, viewed, watch my YouTube channels. Thank you very much. Now, today, I would like to talk about the 12 ways to write a book. Writing is not easy activity. It is not everyone's forte to place some words in a sentence or page and then call it a masterpiece. As I said, it is not a simple task because you need mental ability to connect your words, your sentence to form one page of a book. While a person is not born a writer, he can definitely become one if he follows certain steps. Number one, set targets and hit them every day. There is to be a goal set clear to wake up every day and work towards. Target helps us evaluate ourselves and helps us build our next plan to action. So, you must have a niche, a target, a goal. Why do you want to write, for example, cookbook or something to do with kitchen, diary? For example, in academics, how do you write workbook in chemistry so that the laboratory period of chemistry is very useful? You have to write a book or a manual to follow, to be followed in the laboratory period so that the laboratory period will not become, a lazy period or a roaming around period, wasting time period because laboratory and lecture intertwined from each other because laboratory subjects connotes that during the laboratory periods of this subject doesn't have a value. What does it mean? They use the laboratory period for research. That is not correct. So number two, do not give in to self-doubt. Self-doubt does the greatest harm to human psychology, and hence never ever let there be a day where you would doubt your talent or your ambition. Do not give in or self-doubt. What does it mean? You don't have confidence. You do not have, believe in yourself. So you're supposed to believe your capacity, your mental ability. Who knows? What you think now is, a way to create something new for the next 5 years. Okay? Who knows? Your ideas on how to cure pandemic will be a cure or treatment for the next 5 years. Because research does not, you know, does not mean one click of your finger and that will be a vaccine already. No. Never do it for the glory. Do it for the joy of writing. Glory and fame fade away, but the passion remains still the last breath Always remember why you started it all in the first place. So, in other words, self glorification or glory itself is a fame. So, writing is a passion, just like teaching. You have the passion value, you have be compassion, for everything that you do. Because for the sake of passion, Jesus Christ died in the cross. What does it mean? He fulfilled the glory of the kingdom of God. Just like writing, you have the passion to write. That passion. Okay? Next, you must never be satisfied with your work. Ask questions, ask for honest criticisms, and always look for betterment in your work. Satisfaction stops you from giving your best and deters you from tapping your unexplored territories. What does it mean? You're supposed to, you know, to work hard. You ask feedbacks, criticisms, positive or negative, because this is another way to write new knowledge, new, new ideas for that concept. For example, you construct sentence and then you let somebody to, you know, make comments and then take that comments as your initial stage to the next step. Okay? Do not discourage yourself for those concept that is erroneous. Make that erroneous as a challenge to step to the next, to go to the next step. Okay, next, develop an inner voice. Be honest with yourself and establish the fact that you are a good writing voice. Discipline and dedication. Dedicate a lot of time to writing, which means sacrificing your social life and time with family. Also, discipline and patience is a key element. Some days the words will fall out of your mouth with ease. Some days it will be impossible to string a sentence together. See? Next, prepare well. Do full extensive research on the subject you intend to write about. It's paramount to get your facts right. Appreciate your capabilities. Give yourself the credit you deserve as an author. You get so immersed in writing and finishing the book that you forget what you have achieved. Everyone has a story, but not everyone can write a book. See? Be your own worst critic. Attack, don't defend. There are two distinct phases in writing a book, the draft and the final one. While the former is a bundle of emotions, the latter should be cold and objective. A true artist will always find flaws in his or own art. Rip it, tear it, trim it, delete it, make it worthy of your signature. Keep your unblocked, no potion that can cure all frustration, uncladding the clutters of your brain and igniting your soul once again. Because you can meet or encounter different problems in writing, for example, unexpected brownouts or shutdown of internet connection. Those are obstacles, but always think positive that later on there will be another connection for it. So that's why these are all ways that can become a challenge to write a book. Next, again, The ways to write a book, there are how many? We have keep your own black potion ready, be your own worst critic, don't let your birdie fly before you give it ways. The worst thing for writer is self-doubt. It is important to keep your inspiration, your story, your message, your characters, your plots, your imagination should be the subject matter. Because if you cannot play your imagination, imaginary thinking power, there will no ideas to come out. You know, there must be a imaginative power from your thinking power to imagination. So there must be a sequential power from that abstract to reality so that you can put in writing. Another one, play the part. Writing a book requires discipline. I call it a daily routine instead of a daily routine. Because unless it's music to your ears, you won't be able to do it day after day. Whether your creative juices flow at the set time or not, sit it out. Choose your time. Slot. Pick your favorite spot. Set realistic goals. Follow Chumas. Each day will not be equal, but together they will always equal success. As I said, sacrifice today, success tomorrow, because this is a part of your routine. But book writing is not simply a routine, but it is just like music. There is a rhythm to write something, because if it is just routine, there will be no challenge, there will be no new discovery, there will be no new knowledge to share. So rhythm is not routine. Another, appreciate your capabilities. You get so immersed in writing and finishing the book that you forget what you have achieved. You forget yourself? Never mind, because that is the legacy of a writer. You write something about, but the best teacher is experienced one. You cannot give what you don't have. You cannot write what you don't have here. Next, of course, there is a need to prepare well, develop my inner voice. Firstly, the most important thing is to be honest with yourself and establish the fact that you have a good writing voice. Voice that can be in writing. Voice is a verbal, but this one is a voice for non-verbal, because you cannot write without this voice. Okay? You hear your voice through writing. When you're writing, sometimes you read it for a better one. You must never be satisfied with your work. Never do it for the glory, do it for the joy of writing. What is important? The glory or the joy of writing? The passion, okay? The passion of writing can determine how this writer, you know, discipline himself to the flow of the activities. Set targets and hit them every day. Everything that is set, that everything you are set. So good luck and have a nice day. Good morning.